Hey, what's up, you guys? Is your girl Lyric? And somebody had inquired about, that they wanted to basically hear just my intuitive thoughts pertaining to Summer Wells and her story. And I just been meditative, just really inquiring in spirit, trying to gather whatever it is that they give me intuitively. And I've been seeing a lot of things, and it's very gratifying. Um, but I want to be extremely sensitive with what I share and what I say. And I'm not going to say too much because, basically, whatever it is that I have to say is something that I want to do in private. So, you can hit me up for a session or something like that, and then we can put our minds together and figure it out. I've been seeing a lot of lives pertaining to Summer Wells, Trezell, and Jacqueline, and what they did to the poor babies. And it's just blowing my mind. My goodness. But I don't even want to go there with that type of energy. I want to be just inquisitive on everybody and what they have to say. So this is an inquisition of thoughts for entertainment purposes only, spiritual conversations. And please, if you would like, you can offer your feedback, you can comment, or you can even jump on panel. It's open. I wanted to make sure that I'm fair and that I am just and I'm not, you know what I mean, acting as if like it's not important to hear what you have to say pertaining to all this. But when I tell you from yesterday, everything that I said energetically through spirit, that there's going to be a shakeup, my God, it's about to get real. The truth is about to be revealed pertaining to a lot of things that's been hidden. And a lot of people are taboo to the spirit box, right? And I'm not saying, okay, go check it out on other creators and what it is that they have channeled through spirit or anything like that, because I can't enforce those laws on you because you might be against it. So I respect the nature of where you come from and your situation and who you pray to. But we can't be stuck in a trance, hypnotized by chaos and corruption and mesmerized by other people's afflictions and injuries or their thoughts and passages. We have to be open and aware and alert and supply that faith in knowing that God is light and light is within us. It's all about that pure white divine light and the energies that come along together in being able to, what I'm hearing is a telepathic communication from spirit. I get in a trance too sometimes. Hey, good evening, Mama G. How are you, love? And in my trance right now, I get so many downloads, We're not ignorant pertaining to the events that took place. And we can't turn our cheek to the side and act like it's not there. And although it's uncomfortable at times to speak on it, it's really happening or it really happened. But in this trance that I see, it's a lot of information that's given to me, and I just want to make sure that everybody is aware and prepared for the demise. It's all about the wisdom and the integrity that you put into the message. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm so excited. I have so many different things I'm working on, so many projects. I'm also going to start a book, and it's in reference to the book that Mary Kay Baxter wrote, A Divine Revelation of Heaven. It's like a part two to it. Um, a lot of people have been going through a lot of sadness, and Spirit wants to reveal many messages. This is a message right here. Let's see what this is about. And I'm reading from the book, okay? A Divine Revelation of Heaven. So basically, at that moment, I thought of the words I once heard someone quote. The light of heaven is the face of Jesus. The joy of heaven is the presence of Jesus. The harmony of heaven is the praise of Jesus. The theme of heaven is the work of Jesus. The employment of heaven is the service of Jesus. The fullness of heaven is Jesus himself. And as I went with the angel, I could feel joy, peace, and happiness everywhere. My thoughts went to my family on earth, and it seemed the angel already knew my thoughts. And he said to me, "You have a mission to fulfill for God. You are to tell the people on earth what is up here. God is showing you some of heaven, but not all of it. Come and see the glory of God." When we reached our destination, I could hear many, many voices singing praises to God. The magnificent music of the worshipers of heaven thrilled my soul. Honor and glory echoed and re echoed across the wide expanse of heaven as seraphim and saints sang endless anthems of praise with exuberance. Approaching the throne, my soul was exhilarated and transported with joy. Somehow I knew we were nearing the throne of God. The angel who guided me stopped a long way off, far back from the throne of God. I could see a panoramic view of events that were taking place. That's like the downloads and visions. I saw the same scene that John saw in his vision that he described in Revelation. It says Revelation 5:11. Then I looked and I heard the voice of many angels around the throne, the living creatures and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands. Man, I'm just going to pause right there because I just had opened the book just to receive message from spirit, right? And the thing is, today was a big revelation. It's like God came out of these golden clouds sitting on a throne from a distance. And I came upon the throne and I was very much near to it, to where I could see his form and his greatness and his almightiness and his majesticness and the power and the strength that he was instilling into my heart and my whimsicalness. And what he did was he peered from underneath the golden throne with the halos of the effervescent light that came from the illumination of rays, showing how majestic he is. He actually revealed parts of his face and his form, and he showed me a long beard like a wizard, and he showed me features of his face and his cheekbones, and he showed me how chiseled it was, and he showed me his eyes were like Prince, Prince the musician. It looked like he had eyeliner but he didn't. He showed me he had features of King Tutankhamun and that he was from Egypt or from Ethiopia, like he had Ethiopian blood in him. And then he spoke to me and he said, "And these words spew from the mouths of babes." Can you believe that, you guys? And I was like, "Well, what is that? These words spew from the mouths of babes." And I had realized when I Googled it that it was a revealment from a scripture that was given to me. And it was basically saying to, or, like strength is ordained, is given to you through him. And it will be used against your enemies and your avatars, or something like that. Um, it was so amazing, all inspiring, and it was filled with God's holy holisticness, and it gave me healing. And then he started revealing things from heaven. So he started showing me things that was designed and built and sculpted, and the majesticness, just the majesty alone brought me to a place of warmth and power. And he shared with me through my aunt, God bless her, because she just passed away. He shared that she has no emotions, no feelings, but that they have a special room where they go in and they sit there, and maybe tears might come down from spirit, but they're not crying. It's just tears start falling down. And we might go through that. All of a sudden we're just, sitting, meditating, reading a book, watching something, and these tears just come out of our eyes. And what he said is that when we can't cry for ourselves, the angels cry for us. And he said basically that those tears are collected in a bottle. And my aunt, she basically came in, and I don't know, it's a lot of downloads I'm receiving, you guys. And it's so all inspiring. It's all amazing. But like they told me that the word amazing is like awe, like AWE, amazing, because that's what amazing really is. It's awe. It's the awe. It's the shock. It's the value. It's just right then and there. It's like a surprise or a blink of an eye, the blessing, the all inspiration of the blessing that is enhanced through prayers and communication with heaven. And I love it because he was majestic and he allowed me and gave me privilege. And he said, I keep telling you, you're my friend. Because if you were servant or slave, you wouldn't know the details of my life and what came about or what happened in biblical error or what I'm sharing with you now in the golden book, in the life that I breathe into you, in the remembrance, in my whimsical dream, and how I wake you up every day to face the challenges and to sit back on your throne and fix your crown and to know that you are destined for greatness. He was revealing many things. So when I just had opened the book Free Willy, like freely, with no choice, or basically with no, it was not even planned, is what I'm trying to say. I didn't have a plan. I didn't just search for it. I didn't do nothing. And for it to say that you are to tell the people on earth what is up here. God is showing you some of heaven, but not all of it. Come and see the glory of your God. And for it to even say the light of heaven is the face of Jesus. The joy of heaven is the presence of Jesus. The harmony of heaven is the praise of Jesus. The theme of heaven is the work of Jesus. The employment of heaven is the service of Jesus. And the fullness of heaven is Jesus himself. It just gave me confirmation that Jesus really did. He was sitting there on his throne and he showed me his features. It really was a confirmation to know that God is really making me a friend of his and he trusts in me and he sees that I can serve him and it makes me feel good inside. So I don't want you guys to give up on yourselves. I want you to gather the energy that you can submerge your spirit in, because the enemy, the darkness, or whatever it is, through this entity that is not pure and not light and not positive, wants you to steer away from the right path, from the right direction. But give it all to Christ, give it all to the altar, give it who you pray to. Give it all to them and trust, or in trust is what I'm hearing. Just thrust out your hand and wait for him to grab you and carry you so you don't stumble anymore. I mean, what are your thoughts? And with Summer Wells and everything like that pertaining to what I feel, I'm going to share that with you in a second. But I really would like to just wait a little bit. So listen to the tranquil music and try to figure out what your thoughts are or what you want to share with me, because it's a give and take. It's a relationship, a friendship, a partnership. And we need to come together and we need to gratify the spirit. This engineering spirit has to be vibrant, filled with colors, like a rainbow. These tears that's in the bottle when our angels or our loved ones sit in the room and meditate on us and pray for us, and they have spiritual conversations and they sit at the table and plead for our lives and our livelihood. When those tears stream down their face and they're not even physically crying, but their spirit is crying for them, they are extending favor. So I'm gonna let you sit on that, and I'm gonna let you come up with whatever it is that you feel and what you want to share, because it's a community of sharing. We have to be able to share thoughts with one another to be pure and to understand that the strength comes with numbers. 1 second, y'all. All right. I'm waiting for more people to come in. It's like Spirit is saying I gotta be stern because the message needs to be apprehended, but we need numbers, we need people, we need their voices, we need to bring power to the voices. These voices they try to shun, they try to shut, they try to stop, but everybody deserves power in the voice. And this voice is a reflectiveness. It is a mirror, an image. It's something that we look back at. Like if you do a live and you go back into your live and you're looking at yourself while you was recording in front of a camera, it's like the voice of yesterday, the voice of the future. Your future self is speaking to you. So when you feel guilty, corrupted, when you feel toxic, when you are going through certain addictions, rituals, habits, or domesticness, when you're going through anger and rage and sadness, when you're confused and misled, your voice will speak to you. The voice, it's you, but your spirit, the spirit of voice from heaven will speak to you and will reveal everything that needs to change or needs to be readjusted, or everything that is pure in its essence and gives growth to the life's lessons. Allow yourself to shine. You have that way of doing it. The way to do it is to believe in you, to identify you, to love on you, to, I'm hearing, accentuate your powers or accentuate. I don't know. I'm just hearing words coming at me. But it means like to reflect and to big it up, to make it big, to give power, to feed positivity into this spirit, into this angel so that it could work for you. So that this spirit or this angel, this energy, or whatever it is that you believe can be on this like movement is what I'm feeling, is what I'm seeing. It's like this spiritual movement and can work in your direction to give you the divine guidance that needs to be applied. You go on live and you reflect back on your live because you want to see what it is that you might have said, because you might have been like, well, I don't remember saying any of that or what have you. It's like your innocence starts speaking to you. Your innocence speeds you that positivity and that energy that you need so that you could keep on going in life. It has a certain kind of energy attached to it, but it's from yesterday. It already happened. It already was meant. It was already written. It's like those moments where you could just be looking in your life and you're like, wait a minute, did I do that? Did I say that? Where did that come from? It's like, don't ask, because it came from your inner self, your true self, your pure self, your self that was already like a deja vu is what I'm hearing. So your self that already was there at one point in your life, like your ancestor, the ancestor of spirit coming through your reflection or your body and vessel, being able to communicate with you freely. You see yourself and you see the words that's coming out of your mouth. Yes, spewing. These words spew from the mouths of babes. We are from the mouths of babes. We are disobedient, but we do listen. And it's for us not to be corrupted, and you know what I mean, to be able to change our thinking process and to be able to give favor to the wisdom that's being enhanced through our ways of belief, through our systems, and what we truly surrender ourselves to, because it's a surrender. It's like, you know, being able to humble yourself, give praise where praise is due. Hey, Squid, what's going on, love? And this is just intuitive thoughts, you guys, okay? I want you to know from what they're sharing with me. Like just a minute ago, my daughter was in the kitchen and this marinara sauce, a can of marinara sauce fell. I don't even use it, but it's called Hunt's traditional spaghetti sauce or something. And I said, wait, what? She said, it almost fell on me, but it was on the verge of falling on me. The cabinet closed by itself, and then it's like something pushed me to the side so it wouldn't fall on me. She was like, Mom, what is that? And then automatically I heard Hunter. I looked at the can, she was showing it to me. I read Hunts and I said, wait. And then my other baby came in and she was playing with a Barbie that had purple clothes and it had long hair, like Frozen, like, you know, the princess Frozen. Summer liked to play with baby dolls or something like that, to the extent from what she was saying about Robin has long hair and she's pretty, but yet her hair was shaved. So I don't understand that, but okay. Um, and automatically I thought Summer, you guys. Automatically, that's what came to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is she trying to say? What is she telling me? Elsa, thank you. Because I'm like, it just comes to me like this downloads, and I hear people talking and those kind of things. Like they have conversations around me, different voices and everything. And it's freaking beautiful. But Summer, she started to talk to me, and I'm just sharing this with you, okay? She kept on saying, Hunter. Hunter knows a lot. And that's why it's like uncomfortable, because he knows too much. He was raised into it, okay? And that's where the key is. It's with Hunter. A lot of people are in this, a lot of weird things then occurred, but I don't want to feed the beast of confusion. That's why I need to know what your thoughts are. You know what I mean? Because it feels as if we need to surrender. Okay, this is what they're telling me. Surrender your thoughts. Surrender yourself. Bring it to the energies that mean well for you, that bring forth a healing, that give you the strength that you can feed off of or you can eat from. When you ask in prayer or just in your thinking process alone, it's like the angels can read your thoughts before you think it. That's how deep it is. And it feels as if, like, when it comes down to Summer or anybody in its entirety as a collective spirit, um, and not only in spirit as like, you know, being a spirit and already departing from this earth, more so even in thinking process alone, it's energy. So she could be very much alive and in her thoughts and communicating with heaven, and heaven revealing messages to us, if it makes any sense. Yes, we could definitely do that, Squid. You know, I thank you for your feedback and your comments, because it's very much needed. We need to draw strength to this situation. We can't eliminate anything that we are thinking. We have to be able to cipher. We got to separate the good with the bad. We got to cipher what makes sense compared to what doesn't. We got to step aside from the ignorance and the stupidity and just those that not making any sense of it at all. And we got to bring in the energy of positivity and greatness and majesticness. And we have to trust in the process. I keep hearing that. So some people really, you know, might actually know something, might be onto something, and there's a disturbance or a distraction. And the truth that's trying to be illuminated, you know, try to light it up, shine it, make it brighter, is being dimmed in a sense. So us as spirit, we collect light from God everlasting. We're supposed to bring our light together to make it shine brighter. I hope that makes sense. But there's something going on. And I don't want to change my story. I don't want to change what I see, but I always receive other things or other visions. And it could be a commodity of things, it could be a collective of things that happen. And not just on the 15th, you guys. This is like way before the 15th, okay? There's something about that number 22 that pops up again from that spirit box session, and it's very effective. Like, it's very vital information. It's very informative. That's what I'm hearing. Could it be a ultimate calendar date, you guys? Do you know what that is? It's like something pertaining to ritual. Thank you so much, Squid. I appreciate you. Something about integrity. We have to be integrated and stand in our truth and be grounded. Surrender. Surrender to the Most High. Surrender to who you pray to. Oh my goodness, you guys, my lights just went out. It was all black, everything, when I said that. Like, it was a blackout. My lights, my TV, everything turned off real quick and just turned back on. There's something about that. That's crazy. Wow. Yes, bringing light to it, shedding light on this. I want to hear what people's thoughts are pertaining to this. I need one more viewer, because if I got two, I need three, because it works in numbers. Seriously, it's all about energy, you know? When two or three or more are gathered in my name, I am in the midst. Mama G, can I invite you? I want to hear your thoughts. You're very wise. You're filled with such glory and wisdom, and I respect everything that you say. Is it okay if I invite you on? I might have a message for you, as a matter of fact. They're bringing me to something that had occurred, and I need to shed light on it. You guys, this is open panel. Energetically, I'm receiving messages from divine pure white light, and I don't mind doing a session. If you need a reading done, I can do like a mini reading and then give you my information if you would like a private one done. No worries. But I would love to get some feedback. I would love to invite you on my panel. Yes, that's fine. You're okay. Baby just woke up from a nap. I know. All right, so let me see here. How do you invite somebody? Okay, it's copied. So then I go right here. I just put the chat StreamYard link in my live for whoever would like to share anything, whatever you have on your mind, please share it. If you feel like I'm doing something wrong, please tell me. You know, um, I'm not against that. I'm into constructive criticism because it's going to allow me to renew my spirit. It's gonna give me the energy that I need. That's why it's inquisitive thoughts. You know what I mean? I'm okay with somebody saying, "Hey, you're doing something wrong," or "You need to tighten up," or whatever the situation may be. I'm open to it. Okay, Mama G. Thank you, love. Well, Mama Birdie. I honestly, I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel like that video of the water hole, the place, or what have you, I don't feel like that happened on that day. I honestly feel this way. And I don't want anybody to judge me on this. Please don't. This is just, an inquisitive thought. Entertainment purposes only, but at the same time, there's nothing entertaining about this. It's very disheartening. But anything that anybody can suggest or oppose of, please let me know. And I appreciate you guys coming in numbers, you know. It allows me to speak and to presentate myself freely to where I'm not placed in a position of feeling uncomfortable. I have a lot on my mind, so many things I want to tell you guys, but I gotta be. It's like I heard tread lightly, okay? I had to tread lightly because we have to also understand that people can get very sensitive. And also, I have to be aware that family can feel some type of way because, you know, this is somebody's family and it's uncomfortable when they hear certain things. I'm not against them. I truly am not. I'm just going by spirit and what spirit is revealing. So let's get our numbers up, you guys. I know that I was speaking in a low tone because I like to speak, you know, in a quiet way. I want to put back my music I had just to clear the energy and just to bring in positivity, healing, and you know, the hertz of frequencies, love me tones, and just everything energetically that we could take in. Let's see, go back over here. Give me a second. Meditative music. Sorry for the background. Clear blocked energy and balanced chakras, complete healing, whole body regeneration, full body healing, super recovery and healing frequency. Let's go with that one. Okay. Can y'all hear me? I gotta wait for that to go by. Can y'all hear me? I hope you guys can. Um, Somebody's calling me. They always be calling me because they want some help. They want me to do like this cleansing purification prayer that I do. It's the services that I provide, you know? I have many hats aside from YouTube. I can speak to spirit and have your loved one tell you things that you might want to know. Mama G, it's on you. I'm waiting on you, love. And I'm excited. Squid said, let's see if I could put it up there. All right. It's up there. But you said if it was filmed with the TikTok app, the metadata should show when it was filmed. I think law enforcement would have said something had not been the case, but that's just my opinion. Okay, and I respect that. And that's another way. You see, that's what I mean. Like we have to be aware and alert, and we have to allow for other people's thoughts to be our vow into what it is that we are making a readjustment with. And I have to speak like that to where I pause for a second because I want to make sure that I'm receiving these messages in a divine way. Because don't get me to lie, like sometimes the other energies come in and they start interfering and trying to mislead and you know what I mean? Like confuse things. So I got to make sure that I'm okay and that I'm not saying anything that's going to bring in some kind of uncomfortability. But yes, you guys, please jump in, jump in. This is your girl Lyric, and I just, you know, intuitively sharing my thoughts. This is an inquisition. It's like a conquistador, and I'm on my path right now, on my journey, and I'm just trying to bring some light to this situation because some things might be, what is the word that I'm trying to say? It's covered. It's like manipulation, manipulative, corruption, a corrupt, manipulative staged situation is what I just heard, okay? Um so give me a second. Just waiting on Mama G. Squid, you could jump on too, you know? I would love that. I don't want you guys to jump out. I want you to come back in and I want you to share what it is that you have to say. I hope that my bandwidth isn't slow, like my signal, my Wi Fi, or anything like that, because I think I got the best service. I pay top dollar for my stuff. Um, so Squid says, yes, I love differing opinions, and I would love for you to try and speak to my maternal grandparents one day. I miss them so much. I could definitely do so. You can hit me up in my email and we could set a session up. And as you know, your girl don't answer Cash App and PayPal's and everything like that. But when it comes down to a service, that is something that is in my nature. It is a part of my work ethic. And I do charge for that. All right. So I'm sorry. Sometimes I read this. You know what I'm saying? I read it out loud, but if you don't want me to, I won't. Oh, okay. Well, hold on, Mama G. I just saw that you was there. Get back on. No, I mean, even if you have that and God bless you, and I just pray that healing is brought upon you, touching every cavity, every vessel, every chromosome, every cell, and that God demonstrates unconditional love healing on you and your spirit, because sometimes COVID could cause indifference in your mindset. It can cause chaos and it could bring you to a point of depression. I had it and it's not fun. No. But if you do the right thing and you follow the protocol or what have you, everything will be good. Even if you have it, you can come on panel and speak. I don't have a problem with it. Hold on, Mama G, I got you. All right, I added you, love.
Hello.
Hey, love, how are you?
I'm fine. How do I take my picture off?
You look cute though. No, I love your hair.
Oh gosh. I haven't had it cut in months.
Well, you look gorgeous.
Getting old quick, but thank you.
How and where? So
I
what's
got the
wrong,
big,
love? What's going on with you, beloved?
just still haven't had any
Selena.
connection with my daughter. And
Can you give me 1 second? Pass me my give me my phone. I need my phone. Y'all go out there on the thing in the sala.
I'm going to go in
Give
here
me
in
a
my
second. I'm
office.
sorry, my daughter came in. Give me 1 second, you guys.
You're fine. Ooh.
I gotta get my phone real quick because my volume on my Android is real low, but if I go on my Apple, it's really loud. So let me program myself in real quick so I can hear what you're saying. Okay. But other than that, you got anything you would like to share or anything you would like me to share with you?
I just, I'm at my wit's end on how to,
Let
well,
me
I
get my
found out.
children out and they'll go to the room. It's Friday. That's the only reason why they're up, you guys, but they're safe.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Here
doubt
we
that.
go. All right. Y'all go, Betty.
I might have to put my glasses on.
All right, I'm just plugging in my Apple so that I can hear everything that's going on. Give me 1 second. And let me lower
Do I
this
need
right
my?
here.
Do I need to put my earbuds in or anything?
And let me I know. Let me put my earbuds in.
Do I need to put my earbuds in or anything?
I need to put my earbuds in. You just reminded me.
Do I need to put my earbuds in or anything?
I need to put my earbuds in. You just reminded me.
Do I need to put my earbuds in or anything?
Oh my goodness, it's a lot. Wait a minute. I gotta connect my Bluetooth. There we go. No more interference.
Okay. You'll have to excuse me. I'm sitting in my office and there's only one seat in here, my bathroom.
No, you're fine. You're quite all right, Mama.
I'm just not
So
doing any
tell me what's
bodily
been going
functions.
on with you. Let's
Um,
reflect and let me see how I can help.
the situation with my granddaughter and my daughter since last September, 1st of October, when she basically abandoned me in downtown Charlotte
Mm-hmm.
and then threw me out of her house in North Carolina. We were at the Rolling Stones concert,
wow.
and I have PTSD, so I felt like somebody was staring a hole through my back. So I said something to her like, the chick behind us has a staring problem. And she threw a beer at me
Like
and left.
a breathing, like a breathing feeling, like somebody was just breathing on you.
Oh no, like I felt like somebody was staring a hole through my back. And it was that every time I would like, we were standing up dancing, and every time I glanced back, um she's staring a hole through me and my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said to my daughter, the chick behind us has a staring problem. And she started screaming at me saying, why do you always do that? Why do you always have to bring drama? And threw her beer at me, and she stormed off and left. And I just thought, well, go have your little brat fit. And I continued to watch the concert. And when the concert let out, she was nowhere to be found and wouldn't answer my text or calls. And uh, it was pretty traumatizing, actually, because there I was alone in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina,
Right.
and had
I know.
no money, no wallet, no ID.
Mm-hmm.
All I had was a dead phone and
With
a
with
few
nobody.
cigarettes. Yeah. And
No support.
I was thinking about walking. And so I started walking up the interstate, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And there was road construction going on. And once I got out of the light of the road construction,
What?
I started getting really scared, and I seen a sign and thought, I may be going the wrong way to her house because it was 40 minutes away. So I come back down off the interstate and
Right.
tried to find the place where we had our appetizers before the concert. and some guy with blood all over him. He was covered in blood all over his head. And he grabbed my phone out of my hand and said, I need to call 911. And I was like,
Mm-mm.
and he
Mm-hmm.
took off walking with my phone. And I'm like chasing after him. And apparently somebody had pistol whipped him. And I said, I just want my phone back. And I start crying because I was scared. You know,
Oh my goodness.
I live in the country. You know, I live on an acre of property, wooded property with a creek, and I have neighbors, but it's not like I'm in town, you know what I mean? And I basically stay to myself other than to go to the grocery and all that because of my PTSD.
Yeah.
And after I got my phone back, there was people over on the patio, just a couple people over on the patio, and the one guy got up and said, "Are you okay? What's going on?" And I said, "I just want to go home. I just want to go home." And he asked me where I was or where my home was. And I said, "Well, I live in Ohio, but I was down here visiting my daughter, and she abandoned me." He asked me where she lived, and I told him, and he Googled it, and uh, God sent me an angel. Because I mean, that was pretty volatile. I mean, the streets in downtown Charlotte were kind of crazy. But he gave me a ride home, and when we pulled into my daughter's, all my stuff was thrown out into her yard and piled up by my car. And I was really pissed off. I really was. Because
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
I thought, you know, you come out of me, and how can you disrespect me like this? And I had a key to her house. So I went in. She even had my dog tied up outside. And I went in and clicked the light on over her bed and said, "What is your problem? What? You just left me in a very volatile situation. I could have been killed. I could have been kidnapped." And she told me to leave.
Anything, right?
And but all my stuff was thrown everywhere. So I tried to gather everything up.
Wow.
I hadn't been to sleep very much. I wasn't sleeping very well at her house, and I have fibromyalgia, so I was feeling kind of rough. And so I tried to take a little bit of a nap in my car. And the next day, I kept trying to talk to her, you know, and she just said, "No, I'm done. We're toxic." And me and her's always been close. She was my baby girl. We went through the domestic violence
Wow.
of her dad, and her dad passed away in 2014. And so I left, but before I got back on the interstate to come
Mm-hmm.
back to Ohio, I said, "No, I don't want to end things like this. I want to try to work this out." Plus, my granddaughter was in school. And I went back and said, "Come on, can't we work this out? Can't we talk? You know, can't we?" She said, "No, we're toxic and I want you to leave." And I said, how can you do me like this? How could you abandon me there like you did? And she said, I want you to leave. And she even called the sheriff on me. So I left
Oh
and
my
I come home.
goodness.
And then she blocked
I'm
me
so
from all
sorry to
social
hear this.
media, all phone. She blocked her phone number. And that was the 1st of October. And I just found out the other day that there is a predator, a child predator, that is a YouTuber. Um, Paranormal After Dark.
Mm-hmm.
He's a convicted
What's his name?
Michael Dula.
Oh man, I knew you was gonna bring it on me. Well, I'm
He
only
lives
saying that
40.
because I was talking to him and I was in his comments, and I actually like have a respect for his work. I know his past. I'm not gonna play like I don't know and I'm ignorant and dumbfounded. And we fight for these children. We truly do. And I
Yes.
just want to share my thoughts on that. It's hard for me because I'm all about positivity and energy, and just being in your greatest form and identifying forgiveness and those kind of things. I know his past and it's uncomfortable, but it's even more uncomfortable for me to feel as if I'm plagiarizing God, or like I'm stepping in his position and like I'm over here just spreading my awareness, but being kind of misleading. I don't want to be misleading.
So you've seen his record then.
I did see it. I checked it out. I'm not gonna lie.
Liberties with a 6-year-old and
Yeah.
14. Well, he's
But
40 minutes from my granddaughter.
I seen it. It's crazy because I was actually speaking to him. I told him to do a spirit box session on Allie and Hunter, on Mullins, Tim Mullins, the Sandman, and on Jody Sue. And he actually listened and he did it. He did a live, not a live, excuse me, he did a video on it. He did a spirit box session based on what I had said in the commentary. But I was led by spirit to tell him that, because yes, he has a past and it's ugly and disgusting, and it goes against everything in our grain and what we believe. But what I'm also being told is that it's not for us to foresee, it's not for us to say anything about it, because vengeance belongs to God and he's taking
He's
care of
also
it.
he's also in cahoots with 2 other creators,
Oh
and
Lord.
they have actually had children on
It's like you're
lives.
opening up my eyes to it.
They've had children.
Everybody was
Did you
like,
know
"What
that
is
he
your problem?"
messaged
Everybody was like,
Candace?
"Lyric, you actually talked to him? Do you not know about him?" And at first I didn't, and then I looked into it and I was
Then he
shocked.
and he is uh, no good. Because did you know that he texted Candace?
No, I did not. Thank you for sharing
Yes,
that with me.
he was texting her, talking about them two getting together and all this, meeting in Gatlinburg.
Oh
And
my God, I didn't know
oh
all that. That's
yes,
crazy.
is Squid still here?
Yeah, he just said it. He just said something about I can't give a pass to someone like that. Nope. I'm not giving him a pass. I want you guys to know that. That is not what I'm doing. But I feel like I can't put in too much effort into that energy or that spirit. It's disgusting.
I
It's
don't think.
negative. It's
I think he's a. The truth about it, I think he's a crack job. I don't. If you want a good paranormal person, you need to go to Tara Morticia.
okay.
It's Spirit Whispers, or that woman's amazing. An
Okay.
electronic medium. She's
Yes,
awesome
Judy.
too.
Yes, she is awesome.
Yes,
You're
and
right.
even
And I want to
Reverend Donna.
apologize to everybody. I just want to, you know what I mean? Like, I got to put myself in this position right now because I am meditating and everything you just said. It's like confirmation because I was praying on this and I said I didn't want to be the type to go and pass judgment for somebody's past because we all have skeletons in our closet. And God gave us free will and He also gave us a way to fix it, to
But the
repair it, to
problem with that,
readjust, and to make it
okay,
anew.
and I
He
can
gives a second
understand that as
chance.
far as drugs or criminal behavior, but I think once a pedophile, always a pedophile.
Oh wow.
That's their attraction.
Because I had a pedophilic monster. He was my stepdad. But once the truth started to become, it came to the light and everything like that, he was apologetic. He felt like him running through the mall from the security guards and passing me $200 was more than enough, and it wasn't. And it just made me really angry because he was hiding behind his apology. But I also felt that way too, that once you're a disgusting
And he
monster
lied
that
about it.
feeds off of children, then you're always going to be that way.
He lied about it as well. When someone asked him in his chat about his record, he said, "Oh, they arrested me because I took a picture of my daughters in the bathtub." And that's a blatant lie.
Wow.
And he's a lot like Ernie Shell.
Well, to my subs, I apologize wholeheartedly. I just felt like I needed to be in a position of not being so vital. So, I'm not
I
being
get that.
dismissive, but I
I
just
don't
don't
like
want to
the
go against the grain. I don't want to go against what God said is to forgive. We can't forget and we never will. But at the same time, if we want God or universe to forgive us of our sins and everything that we did, then we need His acceptance. We need His approval.
um
We got to
well,
leave it to God because God is superior than us. He's almighty. He's stronger.
I'm kind of like a right is right and wrong is wrong person.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true.
And
And I apologize to everybody that has, subscribed to me. I will stay away from that energy. Now that I am
yes.
fully aware and you just opened up my eyes and told me about this Candace texting thing and all that weird
Oh
stuff.
yeah, he was, where's your husband? And she's like, "Oh, he's outside." And oh yeah, it was
Weird.
yes. And it just disturbing. and
Very
and what
disturbing.
any grown man finds attractive about a little girl or
It's
a little boy,
disgusting. It's
it is
disgusting.
it's sick. It's just downright sickening. I mean, and to be honest, he's not a bad looking guy, you know. He's not a bad looking guy at all, because I subscribed to him
Right.
because of Summer's case.
Yeah.
But then there was a couple times, he's asking all these big words. Well, you're supposedly talking to a spirit of a 5-year-old little girl. How do you
Right.
expect her to understand these huge words?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so, and then I commented a couple of times about something. No, no, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I don't believe that's possible. Blah blah. And I thought, you suck.
Yeah,
I mean,
basically.
I'm sorry to be so blunt, but yeah. And now we
Nah,
got
it's
all this
cool.
going on with Ernie Shell and Predator Hunter Nation and
Yeah.
all that twisted up mess. And that that man is, I mean, and my grandma, and I know my grandma taught me you shouldn't hate anybody,
Right.
but I feel a deep despise.
A putrid, I heard a putrid hate.
Oh, and then what he does to people and shames women that have been uh, violated and a girl on his live one. I mean, I felt so bad for that girl. I wanted to reach through there and punch him in the throat because he was just browbeating her to death and telling her her panic attack is going to have to wait.
Wow.
Another woman, her baby was crying in the background. He said, "You need to shut that kid up. What kind of a
Mm-mm.
mother are you?" And he's vile,
That's
vile.
terrible.
And I think he basically helped his brother murder a man.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, which they just started about 10 minutes ago. The Stand.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know anything about the truth, and The Stand basically started their channel to get rid of him. And then he also associates with this woman that has convinced him frequencies, and he has a chip in his body, and but then she microdoses her children.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like, we got to get them out of here. They've got to go. You know, they it's just. And then the other night he had a little girl on there, he said was his niece, and then left her alone doing the live while he
Oh
was
no.
snorting meth, because you can hear him, you can see it.
Oh my goodness. That's
And
crazy.
the little girl was his niece,
Mm-hmm.
and her pants were unzipped.
What?
Yes, he wasn't even welcome to his, he I forget the word. They he wasn't, his grandmother had passed away,
Mm.
and they didn't want him at the funeral. His family did not want him there. So apparently his sister left her daughter with him. She was reading the chat. People were cussing him, telling him he's a worthless piece. He swears up and down he's a bounty hunter and he's law enforcement and he works for Homeland Security and all, but
Mm.
there's no receipts.
Right. You gotta show the receipt.
Yeah, and he has nothing. He, bogus crap. Just. And but when I found that out about Michael Dola, I checked to see where he lived in North Carolina, and I found out it was 40 minutes from my granddaughter.
Mm.
I panicked and I couldn't quit crying.
Right.
And just missing her little face, I run across a video of her the other day on my phone, and I'm just gut wrenched.
Yeah, because you want to do so much. You want to protect her. You want to be there for her. And you want
Yeah,
to give her the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of life.
I told somebody the other day, maybe I just ought to go to sleep and not wake up, because as a spirit, I can at least hover over her and protect her.
Oh, Mama G, it's okay. But you're already protecting her. You have to know that through your spirit. You don't have to be
No, I'm
deceased in
not,
order for
because
your spirit to spread awareness.
I can't even warn her mother. I can't even warn her. I even texted her. I tried to leave messages because it goes straight to voicemail. And I tried to call, and I said, "Please call me. It is so urgent that you call me. It's so important that you call me."
Right.
And I mean, I could be dying, but nothing. I even bought a burner number. She won't answer it.
Do you feel like she's okay? Like she's safe?
Well,
You don't
I
know. That's what's going on. You're very worried, afraid. You haven't heard nothing from her. Now you're wondering what's going on.
yes, and I know she probably is okay, because she's a strong little woman. I
Yeah,
created a
she is.
monster.
She's
I
a very strong
created a
woman.
monster, I'm telling.
But I'm
But for her
seeing
to
like,
turn on me,
maybe might have ran into some riffraffs, but she overcame them easily.
yes, she did. She did. She ran into some when she was younger, but now she's got an excellent husband. He's a Learjet pilot, and
Wow.
she started her own business. And but she's ever since she's been with him, she acts like I embarrass her, that I'm white trash. Every time I've been there to her house, we've always had a falling out. She's been here to my house twice, and we get along famously. So I don't understand. And our bond was so strong. And for her to just forget me like I'm yesterday's used up tissue, it's killing me.
Well, I understand fully where you're coming from.
I begged my grandma. I even thought about using one of those downloading one of those little spirit box things on my phone to try to contact her father so he would talk to her and tell her to
Yeah, she needs an intervention.
quit wasting time, quit wasting time, because I know what's going on. I see how the weather is, the the erratic weather, this war that's going on, this the way people are doing their own children. I know we in Revelations for sure. And I know, and if something goes down, I want to be holding my daughter and my granddaughter. I'm sorry.
Give me a second. Hold on. I'm leaving the studio.
Okay. How do I get my picture off of here? There we go.
It's okay, Mama G.
And when you were talking earlier and yesterday, I mean, just hearing you yesterday, the tears just running down my face. Because every night I pray to my grandma, to God, to Jesus, to whoever wants to listen, to please tell my daughter to give her mama another chance. Even though I should really be mad, I should be so mad at her for disrespecting me the way she did. But I'm willing to forgive that just to have her back.
I know. It's unfortunate because you just want things to go back to what you're used to, what you know.
Yeah, we would call each other about every day, or at least
Yeah.
a couple times a week, and I could hear what my granddaughter Logie was learning in school,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even get to tell her goodbye, so I don't know if she thinks I don't love her.
It's that the energy that I'm feeling is that you are building up, like creating a lot of fear within your thinking process, and you're feeding it. You're feeding it all of these things that you're creating. And you have to stop feeding the beast of fear. And you have to welcome the entity or the spirit of knowingness, of identifying the pure white divine light, your intuitive thoughts, and a way to be divinely guided. Because when you surround yourself with this crippling fear that you are creating, you are giving power to it, and you need not to do that.
I don't know how to not miss them.
I know, and I'm fully aware of this. Um, because it's hard. It's easier said than done.
That's my heart. They're my heart. And
Right,
then my parents, I don't have anything to do with my parents. I don't have any family anymore.
right.
They've made me the black sheep. You know, my mom is a narcissist that's went and treated for bipolar all
Mm-hmm.
of her life.
Wow.
And she's always been jealous of me and evil to me.
Definitely insecure and jealous. I do see that.
Yeah, oh, I can't even talk to my dad. My dad said I can't. Sorry, Garney, I can't come around because it puts me in the middle.
And you need that support. You don't need people to turn away from you.
I've never had it. And if my dad ever did support, I mean, even my niece, I moved back up here to Ohio from North Carolina to spend time with my niece, but my mom manipulated that situation as well.
Oh wow.
And now my brother doesn't want me around because I was 14 and rebellious.
Right, that's the past.
But
You're not that
no,
person no more.
and no, they no. You ask them, I'm the same person, and I never can live that down. Being 14, and I wouldn't have been rebellious, but she tried to control me so much.
Well, at least you're aware of the situation and you're not in denial. And that's where the first step starts. It begins from there. Placing
Yeah,
yourself in a position.
I cut ties with my mom, and I
Right.
hate it. You know, just like this with my daughter. Um, all the times that me and my mom have had falling outs because we're both born on the same day. We're both
Mm-hmm.
Sagittariuses. My dad's a Leo. And then they wanted to
Wow.
know why I didn't want to be controlled. Well, I'm a product of y'all. So how, how can you chain me
Right.
up? And when my
Well,
brother,
it's so many levels to this, so many levels to life and the transition of greatness. You have to be aware that that light is within you. And even when you feel like your light is dim, you just got to call on who you believe and who you pray to. And that energy will be transferred to you to bring in that positive light that you really need, this healing energy. That's what I see. You need a lot of healing, a lot of self-love needs to be applied.
I don't know how to do that. I, I, I was never taught to love myself. I don't know how to love myself because when I did start liking myself and would be proud of myself, I was knocked down because, well, I mean, me and my brother are 7 years apart, and my brother, when he was born, I went invisible. And then she would start gunning for me, basically. Everything was my fault, or I'd caused trouble, or I didn't do something right, or da da da. But I was always good in school, and I was on probation from the time I was 13 till I was 19 for being an unruly child. All I did was run away because I got tired of her ripping my hair out and beating me with whatever she could get a hold of.
Right. And then I'm feeling spiritually like sharing these stories with your daughter, making it seem as if it was you the whole time, like you got something wrong with you.
Yes,
And and you don't. You was just I'm seeing like a mechanism. I'm hearing a defense mechanism. You was in defense for yourself because nobody cared to be supportive of the nature of your situation.
right.
And
And
then when they would
because,
say things, they didn't know that they was feeding negativity to your spirit. So how could you grow and move forward from the life lessons if they didn't support you or gratify your spirit and like give you the love that needs to be outpoured? You need a lot of love. Love needs to be poured out onto you.
I,
I do things like that. Like I
those
do prayer
women
rituals
passed
with candle
away.
work,
Those women passed away, my grandmothers.
but they're still with you.
Oh, I know. I know. I see signs, cardinals, the butterflies.
Hmm.
I see those signs. Sometimes I even feel them near me.
I see ladybugs.
Maybe because I ordered 1,500 one year and
For
kept them in
real?
my refrigerator. Yes, I ordered them from eBay
Oh wow.
because instead of using chemicals on my flowers, because I do a lot of flower planting and stuff like
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
my whole house is surrounded by flower beds, and instead of using chemicals because of my dog, I didn't want her to, be hurt.
Mhm.
So I looked at another way to kill insects on plants, and ladybugs
Ladybugs does it, yes. But do you know the
love
main
aphids.
meaning of the ladybugs?
Uh, Good luck, I always thought.
Yes, the main meaning of ladybug centers around good fortune, true love, innocence, needing to make the right choices in life, and happy resolutions.
They all flew away.
Because they was transferring whatever it is that you desire and want, whatever it is that you've been pleading, they flew away so that they can give it to the heavenly realm so you can receive it. As above, so below.
What does that mean?
As above these prayers, so below these blessings come. So whatever it is in your thinking process, in your whole heart of hearts that you believe and that you give power to and you feed, that's the blessings that's going to be accentuated. You have
I
the
mean,
power to make a difference, to change the route of your path.
I just, I'm a homebody. I have my little house. I stay here all the time. I work on my property,
Mm-hmm.
and I just try to keep to myself. But if someone goes against something that I'm I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, okay?
Yeah, me too.
And the other night in a chat, I commented on another quarterback and said, he's one of the best quarterbacks. And somebody commented and said, no true Steelers fan would ever say that. Well, that really made me mad because I've been a Steelers fan for 40 some years.
Right.
And I thought, we got beef. You could try me. And I just tell it like it is. Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback. He's a beast, and
Yeah.
there's no denying it. And it, it just really ruffled my feathers.
Right.
But ask me something about the Pittsburgh Steelers, buddy, and I'll tell you because I write things down. I got me a little Steeler notebook and anything important, records being broken or whatever. And every Sunday, every time they play, I'm there. I've
Exactly.
even laid flat on my back on the 50-yard line at their field,
Okay.
and say, "Come on, fellas," which
Exactly.
probably wasn't too appropriate, but I just love them. You know, I wasn't
Mhm.
allowed to watch sports for a long time. I wasn't allowed to eat fish in my house. I wasn't allowed to eat salmon patties. I wasn't, I was always controlled, but I've been single now for 6 years
Mhm.
and I love it. I
Got the
love it.
freedom.
Freedom. I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have to have somebody telling me, well, don't you think you should go to bed? Don't you think you need to do this? Don't you think? No, I think I ought to do what I want to do.
Right.
And I've suffered through pain and I've got a lot of health issues and I just, you know, don't bother me and I won't bother you. But if you need help, I'm willing to help. And I've put myself in risky situations before because someone needed a ride and I probably shouldn't have had some stranger get in my car, but pouring down rain and he's broke down. I try to do good.
You do good. There's no try. You are doing good. Right now, it's just a lot of healing that needs to be put in place. But it has to start with self. It has to start with you taking that milestone, meeting universe halfway so that you can conquer the engineering spirit, so that you can gratify that love that you didn't receive or that you feel left you.
I just I feel like my mouth gets me in trouble sometimes because I tell it like it is, but I've learned that a lot of people can't handle the truth.
That's a fact.
you know,
Because they're scared though. They don't want to know the truth.
and I don't have any friends really. I don't, and every time I did get a friend, it was always friends with an ulterior motive. They always wanted to just be my friend for ulterior motives, see what they could get out of me. And being that I'm disabled, I can't give my livelihood away because I gotta worry about me and myself because I can't be homeless to help somebody else out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that sounds selfish,
But
but
that's no, it's called high expectations. How is anybody supposed to give you those high expectations when they don't reciprocate that same love energy? You have a lot of guilt and resentment. You got to let go of those energies.
I don't know how. I don't know how. I
By
was told
releasing, you got to release. You got to
how.
put yourself in the center of beauty. You have to release it by letting go of it. If you got to get a paper and a white candle, light it, and then everything that's problematic, you just write down that you don't want to have it in your life anymore. You don't want to have this attached to you. You want to let it go and allow it to be free somewhere else. You don't want parts of it. You surrender yourself. Surrender yourself from the guilt, the resentment, the thinking process that gets you in a path of misleading. Like I'm hearing being misled or in a wrong direction, right? Um,
Yeah.
the thing is
Well,
that
I've
with
got
this, it's a
good.
misleading spirit. It attaches to you and it's misleading. It misleads you in the wrong direction when you're supposed to be going the other direction. It causes confusion and chaos. You're feeding
Uh,
into this fear, this gripping fear. You're feeding into this spirit of resentment and guilt and blame. You blame yourself a lot. Oh, I should have did it this way, or maybe I should have not did that, or maybe I should have not even said something about it. It's
yeah.
like you're questioning your movements or the action that was already displayed. If you did it already, it's past tense, let it go, release it. So write it down. I want to release this day and when this happened with my daughter. And I want you to also make another page to where you write everything that you want that has not happened as of yet, but you wrote it as if it already happened and it will come into fruition. It's the fruitage of the spirit. You have to eat from the ripe fruits that will allow you healing and majesticness, allow you the beauty of spirit and what it's identifying through you. Spirit sees something big in you that you don't see in yourself. And you have to understand that. Don't lean on your thinking process, on the negativity, on the fear, anything like that. Lean on the understanding of your supreme being and who you pray to. You got to trust in the process and trust in them too. Because then you'll just be stuck in your thoughts. And that's an imprisonment. It's confining your own thoughts, becoming a prisoner of thought. You don't want that. You got to submerge your spirit in greatness. It's like a vision that I'm being revealed right now, like a person being baptized and they go all the way in the water and submerge and feel holy. And, it's something
See,
amazing with it. It's this healing energy. So you have to submerge yourself in that greatness. You have to baptize yourself.
I've never been baptized.
You
That's
can
another
do
thing
it.
that,
You can do it on your own. You can go in the tub and you can talk to God out loud and you can pour out your heart, purge, give it to Him, give it to whoever it is that you pray to, and ask them to release it. Put
well,
some, put some
I mean,
lavender beads in.
well,
Take
for
a
one, I don't
spiritual
have,
bath. Some
honey, I
rose
don't have a
petals.
bathtub. I have a shower.
Well,
My
then
house is really,
get like a big tub or something, like one of those plastic containers and fill it up and put some water in there, a little bit of some Epsom salt, lavender, and rose petals, and surround yourself around candles and crystals. Like you could get the little stones that cost $2 each.
yeah, I've
With
got some crystals.
right, so then you just surround the area that you're going to baptize yourself in, or that you're going to take a spiritual bath in to cleanse and purify and get rid of the toxicities of your mindset. It's going
And
to
I had a
do it.
Reiki one time, and oh my gosh,
How that
I
went.
just, oh, I loved it. And I mean, all of a sudden, it was just like, I
Unique
mean,
unique Kundalini. You ever heard of that?
uh,
You don't know about Kundalini?
Kundalini? No,
Yeah.
uh, no.
Hold
And I'm
on.
not even really a religious person. Like,
Mhm.
because I think a lot of times society has made us and churches. I don't go to church because after my grandma passed away, she was the
Mhm.
closest thing to a saint I ever met. And I see a lot of hypocrites and
Right.
that will tell you one thing that you can't do while they do it. And so I'm more spiritual.
Right. That's
I'm
okay.
more I'm more I know there's a higher power. I know there's an afterlife.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna break it down to you what Kundalini is. So Kundalini, it's a Sanskrit team, a term meaning like coiled, and it refers to a specific type of meditation that's believed to have the ability of fully awakening your potential for awareness. And its purpose is good for to promote spiritual enlightenment. These are several science backed benefits of Kundalini yoga. Basically, according to research, it's going to help ease stress and anxiety, improve cognitive functioning, and boost your self perception and self appreciation. That's why I said self love. You got to love on self. Maybe even, you know what I mean? Like spoil yourself is what I'm hearing, because you're always doing everything for everybody else but self. Okay. So identify what brings happiness and joy and peace and harmony to you and your inner core. And once you identify that, then you start loving on you, not holding any grudges, blaming, resentment, or feeling guilty, or questioning the action and how you responded.
Right.
This is spirit. Spirit is speaking because you have to understand that you've been purging for the longest, is what I'm being told. So these are spiritual conversations, inquisition of thought, just spirit leading me to talk to you. So if you feel any discomfort, let me know and I'll stop. Okay.
Yeah. I've thought about trying to find a thing on YouTube that teach me meditation and thought about maybe taking time out every day to meditate,
Mm-hmm.
feeling like that might help me to release and to be more um, calm inside because
Mm-hmm.
I just went to my doctor last week and I broke down in her office pretty bad and she hugged me and I couldn't quit crying because I mean I don't even like to run over roadkill because I'm afraid I'm going to add to the pain.
You have the power. Take back control of your power. Don't let anything mislead you or put you in the path of self righteousness because it's all complicating. And then it's backwards energy. It's like, okay, what happened to your self love? But yet you could be self righteous. That doesn't work. You got to reverse the spell, reverse whatever it is that is attached to you, and you got to bring a holistic power back into your core, into who you are and what defines you, the fabric of your design of life. Because there is a design in life through the chromosomes and the DNA, through the ribbon of our vessels and the blood that's being supplied, through the everlasting water that God gives us to thirst from, to quench our thirst at that.
Yeah, I
So
think.
it's bigger and greater than us, and you
Yeah,
want all these things to happen. You wanted to get back to the norm, and you've been purging for a long time, just tears in your eyes. I don't want to speak on that level, it's just too private. But
did it?
and
I
it's out of
mean,
respect. It's out of respect.
I'm just I'm an emotional type person though, and there's times I don't even want to cry, but when I talk about certain things, the tears just roll.
Mm-hmm.
And
Human
I
nature. There's
was
nothing wrong with that.
I was seeing a counselor for a while,
Mm-hmm.
a few years back, and oh my gosh, she was like my great aunt or something, and I just loved her to death. And she, which I hate that term too, but uh, she retired,
But if it holds a significance, that's okay to value that.
and
You questioned a lot of things. I just want to share this with you. I know you're speaking, but if I may interrupt
go
respectfully,
ahead.
um, what spirit is leading me to say to you is that your thoughts are not your thoughts, right? There's this energy that's attached to you and is dark, or it's misleading, and it tries to corrupt your mindset. When you're trying to be positive or invoke that energy, something comes out of the mist. It's just like a blink
Yeah,
of an eye, and now something is out of order. It's not the way that I was doing. I had everything set in stone. It was a ritual, it was a routine, but then there was a shake. It's like a shake, a revelation, the tower moment. You had a shake up in your life, and it wasn't a discerning spirit. It was uncomfortable, and it wasn't relative to the love that you supplied for your loved ones. But when they wasn't reciprocating that same energy, that's where the shake happened. So when you think and then you have to re-question what you just said, it means that you're not holding an awareness or confidence as to what you just has said. You question it always or try to fix it somehow. Like you're seeking acceptance from somewhere. And so, what they want you to do is to identify you in conclusion, to know that you don't need anybody to applaud or to cheer you. You have to be your greatest cheerleader. You got to believe in self. You got to love on self and be pure, or you're going to remain in this depression, is what they're telling me. Like, I don't mean to say it like that to where it doesn't sound like,
It's
like
true
I
though.
empathize with you because I do. I'm very empathetic on everything that you're revealing, and you don't have to. So I thank you for that.
It's true
But
though.
shine
And
your
I've
light
been,
and be bright, is what I'm being told, to illuminate the peace that you want so you can be centered again by releasing your worries. Release it, write it down, and then take it after you're done. And so it is, and release. You burn it with the white candle. The fire will get rid of your pain and your sadness and your worries. And once that fire is transferred to the paper and burns everything, it's like somebody blowing out the candle and giving it to universe.
okay.
So it's
Like
like a,
I
a
just
letter to
put it
God.
into the atmosphere, leave it
Exactly.
go.
It's a letter to God. And through the fire that burns, which the fire that burns in the golden bowls in heaven is the wrath of God. And we don't want that wrath of God. We don't want it to be poured out into the earth, right? So we want to release that wrath and allow it to burn, release, candle blown out, and God receives it. And then you don't have to be worrisome because you know that it's been delivered and sent to him like UPS. Like fast delivery, like the chariot
Now,
is coming into my head and it's like, yep, UPS, that quick. Within a blink of an eye, God will receive it and he will identify it because it was like a pouring out of your heart, identifying that he can read your pain, he can read your worry, your concern, and he can fix it. That's when you say, I just talked to you and I know and I feel your presence and I surround myself around your favor and the glory and the mercy and the kindness and the unconditional love that you have for me. And now everything is working the way that I want it. Thank you. All praise be to you.
yeah, I've
That's how
done
it's
the
done. And that's how
I-
you let go.
I've done the salt in the corners of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should try to do that again and
Yes.
burn my sage more often.
You can also get a clear glass bowl and some basil leaves.
Yes,
Get the cinnamon sticks, the
I have
whole
some.
stick, right?
I have.
You can get that. You can also get patchouli and mugwort, and you could put it in with a little bit of lavender, maybe
Okay,
rose petals, and light a pink candle. And you're bringing love back into your life. You know,
okay.
basil is good luck. It's,
I love basil.
yes, basil is like good luck and fortune, prosperity and wealth, success, right?
I need to write all this down. Basil. Hold on. Let me grab a pen.
And cinnamon has the same properties
I
of
put
luck.
cinnamon in my chai latte. I put them little cinnamon whole
Yes,
pieces
in your
in
chai
my
latte? Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so you said basil,
Yes. Cinnamon sticks,
cinnamon sticks. Okay.
patchouli,
Totally.
mugwort.
Mugwort, MOG.
Yeah, I'll tell you about mugwort. So before you write it down, that way you know what mugwort
Okay.
does. Okay. Mugwort, the element of water, it repels negative and unwanted spirits, energies, as well as malevolent, fey or foe, pregnancy, and fatigue in travelers. It can be submitted with wormwood, and the properties for that is channeling, enhancing, healing, high vibrations, invoking, increasing, purifying, protectiveness, repelling, banishing, charms, dream work, divination, fey work, glamours, necromancy, lunar work, spirit work, warding, astral travel and projection, lucid dreaming, mind opening, opening portals, prophetic dreams, past life work, psychic abilities, sixth sense, trances, visions, bliss, confidence, intuition, knowledge, lust, letting go, memory, misfortune, relaxation, resilience, success, self love, sleep, transformation, travel, and the subconscious mind. So it is very much needed.
Okay. Mugwort. Now, where would I find that?
You could
Mugwort.
find it in the mystic shops.
Oh, okay. I'll have to wow. Uh, I'm trying. I mean, I live in a little town. I don't know even.
If they have like a majestic shop or mystic, you can ask them if they have herbs. They're called spiritual herbs.
Okay, I'll just Google Majestic. Probably down near the college, I'll find one.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did have an entity when I was younger
Mm-hmm.
that, I mean, I would just like wake up in the middle of the night and feel like somebody was chasing me.
Oh my goodness.
And I had it for a good, I mean, I would run downstairs and beat on my mom and dad's door and say, help me, help me. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's going to get me. It's going to get me. And then when I was pregnant for my first child, I was in a foster home. And one morning I got up and, all this girls getting ready to go to school and I'm blow drying my hair. And all of a sudden it's not like I could actually, it's hard to explain. It was like I couldn't visually see it. I could feel it. I could feel it behind me, like blow drying my hair 5 times
Wow.
faster than what I was blowing my hair. And I was
Right.
like, oh my God. So I told my foster mom about it. And we used to go to church every Sunday. And being that I was pregnant, it concerned her. So she took me into the preacher's office or whatever and told me to tell him what was going on. And he said, it sounds like you have an entity.
Mm-hmm.
He put his hand on my stomach and we prayed. And he said, if it bothers you again, you just recite the Lord's Prayer and it will leave. And it's only happened a couple more times, but that's the first thing. Our Father who art in heaven, how, and
Hallowed be
before I
thy
can
name,
even,
thy will. Mm-hmm.
yes, before I can even get the prayer finished, it'll be gone. And then there's been times here, like I know there's a little poltergeist or something because I can set something down and
Mm-hmm.
come back, and I'll be like, I know darn good and well I set that there. Now what happened to it? And that gets really aggravating. And that's when I decided to order some sage bundles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to grow some because I hear they're more potent if you grow them yourself
Yes.
than bundling, buying them you basically used
Mm-hmm.
or
And
you
fresh
know
flowers too always does the job.
oh, I always summertime, yeah, I'm always going out and picking my flowers and bringing them in
Mm-hmm.
because I like to bring the outside in.
Of
So
course, Mother Nature, creation, universe.
yes, yes, and I love birds. uh
I
I
love
have a bird
trees. Mm-hmm.
bird feeder window that is a one-way glass where the birds they're basically above my dining room table. They can't see me, but I can see them,
Oh, that's so
and they
cute.
eat. And yeah, I found that free um,
Wow.
in somebody's yard on a table that said free, and I thought, there ain't no way that's what's in there. And I opened it up, and sure enough, it was brand new. And
Blessings.
my girlfriend looked it up and said, "Do you know how much them things are? They're $260." And I went, "What?"
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I took it out last year when that bird flu thing was going on
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, because I didn't want them passing it on to my Maggie May, my dog. So, or because she always goes over there and smells. So,
Yeah.
I took it
Your
out, and
baby.
yes, yes. And she's 15, and she's getting in kind of bad shape. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do without her?
Right.
And
I
it
know.
just, but
But you're
I
not
do,
without her. I know that.
huh?
Mm-mm.
What?
She's getting old enough to make her own decisions pretty soon. So I don't see you being without
No,
her. I
I'm
see
talking
her
about
being able to make her own decisions soon.
my dog.
Oh, I thought you was
Has,
talking about your grandbaby at that.
yeah,
No, she's
yeah,
younger,
well,
right?
huh?
Is your
She'll be,
granddaughter?
yeah, she's a little over a year older than Summer. And that's
Oh,
what, and then that beautiful blonde headed, blue eyed little girl. And
I
then her
know.
parents being such new pieces of crap. It
Oh,
just was like, man, I could take that little girl and love her so much. And it's just been an obsession. I mean, I will watch YouTube from the time I get up till the time I go to bed, hoping that, in a way, I'm like, I hope somebody did take her, but then I don't want to think about what's going on if somebody did take her, you know, for the
yeah.
wrong reasons. And her mom's such a piece of shit. I swear. She just, no,
What if?
they infuriate me. Their lack of
What about
caring.
Hunter? Think about this. What about Hunter? And when Hunter had like basically said something about Don had called Candace, but he was supposed to be at work, so how did he know or something like that? Where there was a creepy guy in the
Yeah,
area for a
and
couple of
her
days.
three boys were home. Her,
Right,
but
but
then
how
that
do we know that this creepy guy didn't like hide in the house somewhere?
I I honestly think that
They was always
because
going through like different
now there's other
doors.
stories coming out though,
The
because
back door to the
Grandis
basement of the room could have been open, like unlocked is what I'm saying. How we know that that
did.
weirdo didn't creep up in the, in the back part.
I'm beginning to think now because Grandis, she just had that interview with the news people,
Yeah.
and then there was also, and now she's saying that she thinks they went to that horse pond. Well, wait a minute, I thought she was supposed to be there.
Right. That don't make no sense.
And but then she told that newswoman, um, they dropped me off at the hospital, and then they took Summer swimming, and I think it was at the horse. And I thought, oh, somebody forgot the script, because now it's turning into a story that they've all rehearsed, but Grandis forgot. And then there's also, Grandis had a friend that she was texting back and forth and said, Summer, when they picked her up at the hospital. Summer wasn't feeling well. So I'm tending to believe now, even though it wasn't really hot that day, like no July or August day, I'm tending to think that they came home and Summer was asleep in the back where she wasn't feeling well. She did drink out of that orange pop that was on the back seat. Are you still there? Hello? Lyric. Did I lose you? Lyric? Lyric. Lyric. Oh, did I lose you? Lyric? Uh-oh.
But just it like booted me out of my own video. So there goes the disturbance and the distraction. Mama G, if you're still around, please get back on stream because that was just crazy. You see, when you go to talking about something that just might be, you just never know what it is. And I'm not telling you guys that I'm accurate on what it is that I just spoke. Again, it's just inquisition of thoughts is for entertainment purposes only, although there's nothing entertaining about it or what have you. We just have to still run that disclaimer. Um, I don't know. That's crazy. We was just talking about the situation with Candace's mother, Hera, I believe her name is, or something like that to the extent. Candace Hera. So, Mama G had said, oh, well, there was an interview and she has said something about the water hole and she thinks that they win or something like that to the extent. But you have made a good, like, I'm laughing because it's crazy. You like seriously like brought that to light. Like, okay, but wait a minute. If she was there, wouldn't she know? Man, you see how that truth is just illuminated? The light is being revealed. So that's like big for her to say that and not to be sure of. So that goes to show you that she wasn't there. So what's really going on? What happened? I want your thoughts. Let's share it. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Because it's ridiculous. Like, it's just everything when it comes down to that baby story. It doesn't make any sense. And then when you get close to some type of sense, it's sick. Lord, give us the power, the strength, and the might. But we really need to gather information and have that willpower and unite. It's all about the unification. Through that unification that's being supplied through communication and sharing thoughts and you know what I mean? Like speculating even it allows something to put in place, like, some kind of peace. And then being able to go back to the discoveries and separate it from what makes sense to what doesn't. So what happened? What happened to baby Summer? Summer, you can be departed or you could be spiritually entombed even at your demise or whatever you're going through and be physically still here, but spiritually entombed and aligned with those that are open to be able to transmute and to translate these messages. And so, if you hear me, just even in your thinking process, or even spiritually, whatever the situation may be, maybe you can help me with seeing and understanding what it is that you want me to reveal. What is it that you want to say? And you're only 5. Well, no, now you're 6 actually. Wow. You have so much more growing to do. So what is it that we're missing? What are we leaving out? And I'm just trying to get something in place. Anything that you want to say. It's your platform and the public is listening. I don't have no spirit box, but you can communicate with me through spirit and mind. And I don't mind being able to say what it is that you feel. Okay, so again, you guys, I'm just going to get in a little trance. It hurt me. They hurt me. Mommy promised. Mommy's mad. I miss dad. I should have listened. I wanted to play. I wanted to get away from the arguing. It was a fight. I felt attacked. I stopped. I looked. It wasn't right. Why? Why is it that I'm separated or I'm not together with them, with my family? I'm hearing. Why is it fair? Why does this happen? Find me. Talk to me. I'll lead you. Find me. They're trying to stop everything. It's not fair. I miss. She's showing me everything that she misses, like her animals, her swing, hugs from her dad, pizza, popcorn. She's telling me things. Why they hurt me. Why it hurt. I try to be good. I try to listen. They hit me. They hurt me again. I cry. I cry out loud. No one here. It's getting deep. I can't. This is too much. Hold on, I think. Yes. My goodness. It's too much. Okay. Man. Hey, you're on, Mama G.
Are you okay?
It's a lot that I'm seeing. It's a lot. And I have to be careful because it's not meant for me to expose. It's not meant for me to say. Um, I gotta be careful and tread lightly. But what I'm being told is to trust in our intuition, trust in our thinking process because she's revealing it. She's actually exposing herself to a lot of people, trying to tell them the
Yes.
story that's happening.
She Tara had those rods,
Mm-hmm.
and Tara asked her if she had been found, and she said yes.
It moved again.
They they said yes. Summer told her yes.
Wow.
But then, Tara, I said, did she just say she had been found? And Tara said yes, but we can't, you know, go spreading that around because
It doesn't, yeah, exactly. It doesn't need to be spread. Um, we don't want to bring awareness to the wrong people.
exactly. But I know that they did find a small grave the last search. But my intuition was, well, I mean, I've had so many different, and like Reverend Donna Serafina, she described Ernie Shell to a T. But I had Tara ask her then the other day if Ernie Shell was involved, and she said no. But she did say Benny Keys was.
Oh my God.
But I mean, I've went from the solder to um, an accident to the dry drowning to um, but since Grandis didn't remember going, uh, made it sound like she didn't even go to the pond or the Warriors Park or Path or whatever. Um, that blew my mind because I'm liking Candace went through that elaborate story with Chris Madonna about how Grandis grabbed a hold of her shoulder and walked down that hill. I thought, that woman lies like a rug. You know?
Mm-mm.
How
Yeah.
how could you make up some elaborate story like that? And then
Mm-mm.
she and then apparently she did drink from that orange soda, but Grandis caught her and said, "No, no, don't drink from that." And I guess Summer told her that she was cold and she wasn't feeling good. And
So then
then,
they placed her on milk gallons because wait, what? If she was not feeling good and she was cold, why place her on cold milk gallons?
well, I'm kind of thinking maybe she had a fever. Maybe she
Oh,
felt warm, because you know how you'll get chills and you'll have a fever.
yeah.
Okay. But then, the thing about her telling Chris Madden, oh yeah, we got home, we unloaded the groceries. First of all, I didn't see no damn groceries. I seen 2 gallons of milk. That was the only groceries
Mm-mm.
you know, I didn't see no other groceries. And I'm thinking that Summer didn't jump right up. So she left her sleeping while Grandis and Candace went and done whatever, because now Grandis is saying she took a nap. The nap was never
Wow.
mentioned, huh?
No, I was agreeing with you.
The nap was never mentioned before. She said we unloaded the groceries and I went in and took a nap. Well, what? uh, well, and that was supposed to have been after they picked her up from the hospital. She did not say nothing about going to Allie's or Hunter's or nothing like that.
It's crazy.
And I'm thinking, Summer might have told her mom she was cold. That's supposedly when she changed her into the tracksuit or whatever it was, the jacket, and I think the groceries got unloaded. Instead of waking Summer up, I think she shut the doors, windows up, and she went to her mother's to possibly snort some drugs or whatever drugs that Grandis got. And I mean, my dad left his little dog. He didn't know she had jumped in the truck with him one day in July. And when she jumped in and then she got down on the floor mat in the back. And Dad did what he needed to do with moving the truck. He rolled the windows up, went in the house, and he said, "Where's Gizzy?" He come out looking for Gizzy, and she was gone in the back of that truck from the heat. Because even if it was 75 that day, you know it gets 10 to 20 degrees hotter inside of a
Yeah,
car.
that's true.
So I don't know. I mean, and then Granny said, "Oh, yeah, we figure somebody took her. So we sent the boys down. If somebody took your granddaughter, why are you sending the boys down to the creek?" I mean, this is the most far-fetched, unsensible case I've ever seen. And then Jody Sue, I don't even know about her. uh, so I don't. Then in Reverend Donna, her, what she said about it, and but then somebody said the other day on Terrace that she was stabbed. So I don't know. But I'm
Oh my
thinking,
God.
who could ever look at that little girl and that beautiful little face of hers and hurt her?
Right.
How any child, they're so vulnerable and have no, just like people abusing dogs and stuff. How I feel bad when I leave my dog here because I can't take her if it's too hot. The way she looks at me, and I feel so guilty, you know.
Yeah.
But now she's getting blind, so she don't like to ride. She has an anxiety attack because she can't see. But I think something's happening soon. I think something is going to happen soon.
Oh yeah.
I think,
It's gonna be a revealment.
yeah. And then I've seen something about the worm moon
What's
on my
that?
new. A full moon we're supposed to be having here soon. That's called the worm
Oh
moon.
yeah, I know about the full moon, but I didn't know it was called a warm moon.
Yeah, WORM. And I believe in all that. I like watching those meteor showers, and I believe you get energy off the moon just as well as you do off the sun.
Oh yeah, of course. Moon goddess.
So, well, I'll let you go. And I see Squids wrote something about one of the ladies is the reason why he got locked up right now. So I guess Ernie Shell did get locked up again.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to head over to the stand and see what's going down. Just found out last night that Ernie tried to, Jimbo, with the stand, he just revealed last night that
Yeah.
Ernie tried to shove his daughter in his trunk.
What? That's wow. That is crazy. That don't make no sense. These
Well,
people are sick.
Ernie sent one of his trolls over there, dogging on Jimbo, and why do you have to bully? Why do you have to bully? Why do you have to bully? Uh, this isn't the true crime community. Jimbo says, I'm not here for the true crime community. I'm here to put a stop to Ernie Shell and his lies because he's a predator. And yeah. And she kept dogging him and dogging, and finally he just lit up. And I thought, oh my Lord, what in the world? Just another reason why I just want to grab Ernie Shell around the neck, and because I don't understand what the attraction is. And
Yeah. I don't know
there
either.
there is a video from Tina Simmerly, the
The
woman
lady,
that
yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
of a little blonde-headed girl crying, screaming for her mom. And it's a
Terrible.
pretty disturbing video that she made back in 2013. And it's almost like that little girl's being molested or something.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
It was terrible.
if I had your, well, I don't know if you'd want to see it or not, but it's disturbing. But
No,
I
I
say,
trust in what you're telling me.
huh?
I said, no, I trust in everything you're telling me. I feel that energy is
Oh gosh,
disgusting.
they're just.
And
Do
it's
you
like
know the?
covered up and everything.
Do you know the creator Gigi?
I've heard of
Um,
somebody like that.
for the kids or whatever. Well, she's been requesting Cash App money. People's thinking, oh, okay, well, we'll give it, and she's ripping them off,
Oh
saying
wow.
she sold her yacht and all of her motorcycles to help find Summer, to look for Summer. But you never see her do anything but sit in a rocking chair and talk about people and smoke cigarettes around her little grandchildren. And I guess she went to Tina's new restaurant and Tina gave her a gummy and
Mm-mm.
it tore that woman up. That woman said she's having a tox report done on it.
Oh Lord.
I'm sending this off for a toxicology report because you're giving this to your children. And I thought, well, that's what you get. You go for free meat because Tina was giving all this food away that they're not going to be serving at their hemp cafe.
Mm-hmm.
But they're claiming they're sovereign citizens. Well, you that don't even go together. How can you own a business? Oh my god. It's just like, Lord, please touch these
Yeah,
people
like
and
that's some damn light on it. Yeah.
give them some sense. And this chick last night, she kept saying, you don't know how educated I am. You don't. I said, education doesn't give you common sense. You can be
Okay.
you can be book smart all day long, but not have any common sense. But apparently she works for a courthouse.
Oh, it gets better. That's crazy.
Oh yes. It's a really, but I don't know if you know Talking with Loose Lips.
Yeah, I heard of her.
Um I mod for her too, and he called CPS on her.
Ernie Shell.
Yes. He's called
People
CPS
just right
on
because
seven.
people it's always this tick for tack type of thing. It's always that. It's never just anybody being able to communicate and like everything got to be publicized and those kind of things. It's like, okay, so why did
Yeah,
you even allow that person in your
yeah,
like why did you even give that much energy to something so negative?
right, right. Well, she was having a live one day, and all of a sudden he just popped up. She let him on
Mhm.
up on panel, and oh, Ernie, yeah, right, da 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 da, and she wasn't going along with his spiel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he got mad and started cussing her and saying, "I'll come get your kids." And she said, you come anywhere near my kids, I'll shoot you in the face. And
As we should. Because somebody's saying some outlandish stuff like that. It's terrible.
yeah, but she's defending her
And I
children.
want you to know that I'm talking like in a coded way. I got to be careful what I say on YouTube and everything like that. So it's not that I don't want to respond freely or be expressional about the subject at hand. It's just that I got to tread lightly. That's what my angels are saying. You can't reveal too much.
Well, he had it in for her ever since that happened. And then it was just, so I've been like, Why are you wasting? CPS is already spread thin.
You sound
With
like a robot. You gotta refresh, mama.
how do you do that?
You gotta basically you gotta like exit and then come back in again.
Okay. Uh-oh. Uh,
Hey, you guys, this lyric and oh my goodness, I just looked out the window. It is pouring cats and dogs. It's raining tears from the heavens. It's coming down strong. And so I opened up the Bible, or I said the Bible, but it's really a divine revelation of heaven that has Bible inserts of scriptures. And it said, saying, Amen, Alleluia. Then a voice came from the throne saying, Praise our God, all you, his servants, and those who fear him, both small and great. And I heard, as it were, the voice of a great multitude, as the sound of many waters, and as the sound of mighty thundering, saying, Alleluia, for the Lord God omnipotent reigns. Revelation 19:4 through 6. Other duties of the living creatures are also described in Revelation. Hold on, she's back. Um, I just want to say this really quick. I promise I'll be done. But it's raining like crazy, and I'm being instructed to say this. And then it goes on to say, now when he had taken the scroll, the four living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each having a harp and golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. Revelation 5:8. And then it goes on to say, now I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard one of the four living creatures saying with a voice like thunder, Come and see. Revelation 6, verses 1. And it goes on to say, and out of the temple came the seven angels, having the seven plagues, clothed in pure bright linen, and having their chests girded with golden bands. Then one of the four living creatures gave to the seven angels seven golden bowls full of the wrath of God, who lives forever and ever. The temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no one was able to enter the temple till the seven plagues of the seven angels were completed. Revelation 15:6 through 8. And then this is just something that she had wrote in commentary. It says, I saw an innumerable multitude of angels as they began to worship the Lord. I heard and experienced the unforgettable scene as the elders around the throne joined in. I too joined in worshiping the King as I thought, oh, how glorious to see the power of Almighty God.
hmm.
So I don't know if you remember me saying something about, the angels and the golden bowls with the fire that's the wrath of God. And then there it went. It went exactly on that page. I just opened it and it was right there. So that's
Wow.
confirmation.
Yeah. I believe there's a reason for everything.
Yes,
And they I've also been told that, God had your path set for you the moment you were born. I said, well, he must think I'm a badass because he I'm a strong woman. I am. I was raised by a strong woman.
exactly. But sometimes you clash because you guys are the same.
Oh yeah, two bulls in a china shop, that's for sure.
hmm
But you say it's raining there where you at?
It's raining like crazy. Pouring
Oh,
down.
honey, get ready. You got snow coming because it started snowing to beat the band about 7:30 here, and we
Yeah.
supposed to get anywhere from 4 to 8. And I'm in Ohio, and it's going. You said you's in New York.
It's coming
Mm,
down.
yep, because it rained first, and then we start getting these big old flakes. I mean, so it's a coming.
Yep, that hell, sleet, and snow.
Yeah. And then we supposed to be turning our clocks back, or no, we springing forward tomorrow night, I guess.
So a
Yeah.
lot of
Spring.
cleansing that needs to be done.
What?
Yeah, a lot of cleansing needs to be done. So that
Yeah,
would
we.
that would basically be the reason as to the rain coming down like that. It's coming down like a waterfall. It's that much rain.
We used to say like cats and dogs.
Yeah, like cats and dogs. But this is like dogs, cats, and freaking bears. Like I'm talking about, there's like a lot of
Dogs,
rain.
cats, bears, and lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my, like seriously, this rain is pouring down. But then I heard it's to cleanse and purify the earth and to take away the confusion and being misled and to bring us back to being clear and knowing what it is that we desire and want and to professing our love to Him, to staying in courage and to transmuting energy, to being able to fill our voids up with like of righteousness and happiness and harmony, to give us back our power and take control of our life again and not to be in question of everything that we do or how we respond. It's all
Wow.
being told to me in spirit. So it's like that's the reason why it's a lot of rain, because God wants to draw the confusion away. Once that rain hits our crown, right on our foreheads, if we were outside walking or whatever we was doing, and we just, or maybe even stood in the rain, like just came out the door and stood right there just to feel a drop of His tears, it's gonna enlighten us again and renew our spirits. It's like a medication that we need, an elixir that we need to drink from. That's the healing, is in God's tears.
Already, I mean, I'm already feeling um refreshed, I guess you could say, or enlightened just talking to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am.
But
Because I
it just
can't.
gives you so much hope, and that's God.
Yes.
God is
Yes.
engineering those messages, and He's allowing me to be His vessel to speak on it, to give us hope and not to hold on to that crippling fear that we're creating in our mindsets, but to move forward and to prosper and to identify that love is unconditional and it'll never forsake us.
Yeah. I talked to somebody else about my daughter, and they're like, well, go fight for your family. How do you fight when you're shut out? I even contacted her mother in law and said, is there any way I can ask you to please talk to my daughter with the current events of the world and things going on? I want to start to heal these differences between her and I, and I got no response. But hey,
Release it. Just let it go. You got to release these worries. It's becoming problematic in your life, and your livelihood is what I'm in your direction and how you walk and move and the course of action that you take next. You got to
that
release these
is
things. It's
that is true. My
it's
life, I feel like my life's over.
it's crowding you from being able to be focused and clear and go in the direction of happiness and abundance. It's distractions and interruptions. You got to stop the disturbance in your mind, and you got to start creating doors of opportunity, blessings, and forgiveness too. She's going to forgive you. I don't know why she has to forgive you, but regardless of what it is, it's not to be publicized, is what the angels are revealing. You know, and I know telepathically, spiritually, from what it is, as a collective, that they're giving me information to give you. We don't gotta speak it and publicize it, but you're aware. So because you're aware, the question and thought is the answers that you hold is key, is what I'm being told. You have the key, and that's the principle, to be aware of knowing you are the key to the answers in question.
Ah, I don't know what it is though. I don't.
It's your concern for your grandbaby and your daughter.
But that's not. She's not feeling that.
It doesn't matter. You're holding the key. The key is being able to manifest or to write something and bring it into your existence, to bring beauty into your life, to be harmonious again, to be at peace. If you write it down, it will be fulfilled. Your wishes will come to fruition. You have to write it and identify it as if it already happened.
Okay. I think I understand what you mean.
It starts with self.
Yeah. Well, sorry I've taken up all your show, and poor Squid, she's needing you to do something for her and him, her. I'm not sure what Squid's is. Squid's a woman or a man?
I never question it. I just, like if it comes to feedback or commentary or whatever somebody want to share, I'm cool. I'm like, okay, I'm privileged to that.
Yeah. I wish I could give you my number or something somehow. But
It's okay because you'll catch me on the next live.
true. I just hadn't seen you for a while. I was worried you had the COVID.
No, I was just trying to get myself together.
I hear you. I'm glad you're doing better, and you looked so happy yesterday.
Thank you.
And well, I will catch you on the next round.
Yes, ma'am. And remember, be focused, be clear, and say what it is that you want and desire, and it will become everything that you want. It will be a promise to you, a vow from God in the heavenly realms. As a collective, they will see what it is that draws pain to you, but they will give you promise over your life and bring happiness back in. But you have to meet them halfway, transfer that energy. That way they can reciprocate the love that you need. Okay?
Okay.
All
Well,
right, mamas.
prayers, peace, and love to you, girl.
Yes, blessed be Queen.
All right. Bye bye.
So you guys, that was awesome. You see, that's what I want. I want to draw an awareness. I want to hear what it is that you have to say. I want your comments, your feedback. I want to learn you. I want to be able to grow from your thoughts and what it is that makes sense. And then we can strategically put something in place and have a blueprint. You feel what I mean? We could get to the core, the information that needs to be displayed in order to bring justice to this table. So I'm not going to take up too much of anybody's time, really. I just want you guys to be gratified in spirit and to be at bliss and at peace with yourself and to have a relationship with whoever you pray to. Give it all to Christ, your Lord and Savior. He's King of salvation, and Jehovah is the Father, the provider. He will give to you as long as you reciprocate that same love energy. You will receive a healing and a blessing will come out of the mist, a supernatural blessing at that. But you have to give those same energies back to universe, to God divine. You have to be able to understand that he will pour so much love into you, but it's so much that somebody can do it. They water it, they water it, they keep watering, then it's going to drown. So it needs to be reciprocated energy, a bounce back, a reflection of spirit is what I just was told. Because you guys need to water each other, allow each other to drink from hope, replenish your spirit, regroup and be renewed. You have the capabilities of doing so. You just have to be able to understand the steps that you need to make in order to readjust and to switch it up, to bring in this transformational period or stage in your life so that you can go through these milestones and these paths and these journeys and you can be upright and filled with light and the love that you collect. You have to be aware of what it is that you want and what you object. And you have to let go and let God and free your mind. Don't be stuck in your prison of thoughts, but allow yourself to be free, to identify and to approach things differently and to do it with clarity, to illuminate it, bring light to it, to make it shine bright and brighter again. power and taking back your control of that power. That's what it's about. Knowing what it is that's going to bring that happiness in your life, that's going to be that solidification or that sacred significance, the value of what allows you to use the emotion of happiness, what's going to give you peace of mind, what's going to allow you to surrender your situation, like to stop being so worrisome and having anxieties and feeding fear and creating things and making it from it being a little small to it growing from feeding all these negative energies that you create in your mind that brings fear in, that allows fear in, and that allows you to feed this beast to become greater. Let go of it, free yourself from that, identify who you are and what you're becoming. Being tuned and aligned and spiritually intact in place. And know that you have the power and the majesticness, but it doesn't come from nowhere. Pay respect, put respect on God's name and His Son and all things as a collective to heaven and its realms, dimensions and levels and paths and places. Embrace it, finesse it, invest in your life. In order to receive the fruitage of the Spirit, you have to invest your time and energy and separate yourself from these other people's truths and don't make it your own. If it's something you have to question, then regroup. Breathe in and out. Take your time and breathe again. And then just listening to that quiet inside of your mind, you'll be able to find the answers to the question of thought. Be fearless. Be adventurous. Be spontaneous. Take risk. And in taking risks, understand that if you walk by faith and not by sight, you won't be blinded because you're taking in that integrity of spirit and energy, and that light is renewed again. So I hope that draws some kind of light to your situation or to the position you're in. But know that whatever it is that you are deciding, if you're indecisive and you don't know the nature of the situation, or the consequence behind it, just pray on it and let go and release. It's going to be okay. Smile. Listen to the rain. Look out the rain, Look at it. God is cleansing and purifying the earth and renewing our spirits again, making us whole and complete and allowing us to see the definition and the true meaning and the purpose of life and to be integrate and true and loyal and to stand there grounded in our truth and to draw strength and to be empowered and to be divinely guided and loved unconditionally. Aren't you allowed that promise? Aren't you allowed that peace? And aren't you allowed that hope? So stop allowing all these negative energies to attach to you and your harmonious spirit. Let go, free yourself, get back to salvation. It's a lot going on, but don't give up. Be true to yourself before others because you have to be able to receive that healing and to listen. Gather the insight, do your own research. And in doing those things, exercise it and apply it. You're already destined for greatness, but you have to believe in you. You got to hold true and surrender yourself to identifying that you matter and that you need to take in the values and the properties and the things that hold true to identifying who you are and what you're becoming. I believe in you. I believe in me. I believe in us as a nation, as a community, as society. And just know that it's bigger than us and that everything will be revealed eventually. Be patient. I wish you were happy, Dale. I know. All right. My baby wants attention. It's Friday, so I'm letting her stay up and watch little movies. But yeah, I just I wanted to, speak to you guys intuitively. It's just my thoughts. It doesn't hold justice. It's not accurate. It's nothing like that. It's just whatever I was thinking. Just exercising my rights. But for the most part, thank you so much for those that have spoken to me, gave me some feedback. Thank you, Mama G, for coming on the panel. And I appreciate you guys. Blessed be, so shall it be done, so it is. And God is great. Give him all the glory, praise, and honor. Always say thank you. Meet him halfway, meet the universe. They're there and they want to love on you. But you gotta be true to who you are, love on yourself and then love on them. God bless. Peace. Oh yeah, hold on. Before I let you guys go, I want you to subscribe, like, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. All right, you guys? I got so many other things coming. It's on its way. So stay in touch with who you are spiritually. Identify it. Don't run away from it and don't feed into it, but love on it unconditionally.